Part 4. Environmental Management. Section 4.1. Potential environmental impacts. Section 4.1.1. Suspected contaminated soil will be tested by an occupational hygienist to determine classification. Contaminated soil will be subject to an exclusion zone. Management instructions will be provided by an occupational hygienist. Soil disposal records will be maintained by Hallmarc. Section 4.1.2. Sediment runoff will be controlled by way of project planning, swales and low-level eco-mesh installed along at-risk site boundaries. Additionally, cattle grids will be installed to assist in preventing dirt and dust escaping site. Section 4.1.3. In circumstances where dust is present and uncontrolled, workers should relocate. It is acknowledged that dust may contain contaminants including crystalline silica. Dust controls may include, but won't be limited to, crushed rock capping, water suppression and lime or cement stabilization. An occupational hygienist may be engaged to provide an appropriate management and monitoring plan. Section 4.1.4. Construction noise and vibration can be caused by certain items of plant and machinery. These can have an impact on neighboring people and properties, as well as local fauna. Initial assessment will be made using the Hallmarc Site Risk Assessment. Section 4.1.5. Hazardous goods brought to site will be accompanied by a safety data sheet and will be managed and stored according to the safety data sheets. A spill kit is retained on site and all spills acted upon immediately. In the case of a large or severe spill, emergency services will be called. Section 4.1.6. In the event of a serious pollution or negative environmental event, Hallmarc will notify, as soon as practicable, the appropriate authority and affected asset owners. This may be the Environmental Protection Authority, WorkSafe, or local council. Section 4.1.7. Hallmarc Management acknowledges that the Environment Protection Act of 2017 establishes the legal framework for protecting human health and the environment in Victoria from pollution and waste. The Act sets out duties to protect human health and the environment. Duties apply to individuals and businesses. Section 4.1.8. The workforce will be informed of potential and confirmed contamination issues by way of toolbox meetings, site alerts and inductions.
Part 5. Site Establishment. Section 5.1. Site Access. Section 5.1.1. Site amenities should be located so as to be conveniently accessible but not so close as to cause a nuisance. Section 5.1.2. Access and egress should be well signed, well lit, and safe for visitors to access the site office. Evacuation lighting, battery backup, and illuminated exit signage should be in place. Section 5.2. Drinking water. Section 5.2.1. For basic health and welfare, water is essential for bodily functioning. Needs will be assessed on a site-specific basis. Cold drinking water should be available at the site amenities, lunchrooms, and every 5 levels, minimum, on multi-story projects. Section 5.3. Toilets. Section 5.3.1. Toilet facilities will be in accordance with Compliance Code. Facilities in Construction, Edition 1, 2018. Section 5.3.2. Toilet facilities will be provided per the table shown. Section 5.3.3. In the case of toilets for male use, a cubicle can be substituted for a urinal. In the case of toilets for female use, the allocation for urinals should be replaced by additional cubicles. Section 5.3.4. Unisex toilets can be provided where the total number of people who normally work on site is 10 or fewer. Section 5.3.5. Facilities will be cleaned and maintained to a uniformly high standard. Section 5.4. Washing facilities. Section 5.4.1. Conveniently placed washing facilities should be provided. This will include hot and cold water, soap, hygienic hand-drying facilities and waste bins. Section 5.4.2. Requirements for showering facilities will be site risk assessed. Work such as asbestos removal and particularly dusty or dirty work would prompt the need for showering facilities. Section 5.4.3. Facilities will be cleaned and maintained to a uniformly high standard.
Section 5.5. Lunch rooms. Section 5.5.1. Workers will be provided with access to hygienic meal areas with appropriate facilities to prepare and eat meals and store food. Section 5.5.2. Lunch rooms will be weatherproof, will be separated from toilet facilities, and will be separate from the work areas. Section 5.5.3. Lunch rooms will be kept at a comfortable temperature range through artificial heating or cooling as required. Section 5.5.4. All surfaces and floors will be washable and impervious. Section 5.5.5. 1 seat per worker should apply. This is in the case of inclement weather or any other reason that workers are shedded up. Section 5.5.6. Facilities will be cleaned and maintained to a uniformly high standard. Section 5.6. Change rooms. Section 5.6.1. Where 20 or more workers are on site, a dedicated change room will be provided. Section 5.6.2. Change rooms with suitable separation measures will be used for the privacy of genders. Section 5.7. Signage. Section 5.7.1. Signage will be installed to a uniformly high standard. Signage will be clear and concise. Signage will be installed so as to convey the high standards and professionalism of Hallmarc. Section 5.7.2. Damaged, vandalized or stolen signage will be replaced immediately. Section 5.7.3. Safety signage will be maintained in good condition by either Hallmarc or its subcontractors and used as appropriate with all regulations. Section 5.8. First aid. Section 5.8.1. A separate first aid facility will be provided. The facility will have hot and cold water and a wash basin, an examination bed, clean blankets and pillows, heating and cooling, privacy and ventilation. Section 5.8.2. A fully stocked first aid kit will be available at the first aid shed or site office, and further first aid or bleed kits will be available on site as risk assessed. Typically, a third party carries out the first aid stock audit. Care should be taken to track use-by dates on certain stock. Section 5.8.3. A Hallmarc first aider will be on site at all times. Section 5.8.4. Where more than 100 workers are on site, an occupational first aider and oxygen facilities will be available. Section 5.8.5. Where more than 100 workers are on site, a defibrillator will be kept in the first aid room. Where a defibrillator is not provided, the nearest accessible defibrillator will be identified. Section 5.8.6. Facilities will be cleaned and maintained to a uniformly high standard.
Section 5.9. Security. Section 5.9.1. Perimeter fencing, or hoarding, will be installed to meet local council and stakeholder requirements. The integrity of the fencing or hoarding will be assessed regularly and during site safety inspections. Section 5.9.2. In the circumstance of hoarding being used, a handover certificate will be sought from the installer. Section 5.9.3. All gates, doors, site sheds and containers will be locked after hours and all reasonable efforts made to prevent theft and vandalism. Section 5.9.4. Notwithstanding the presence of perimeter fencing, a general duty applies even when work is not taking place, such as outside of working hours. It also extends to members of the public, who may enter an unoccupied construction site, exposing them to serious health and safety risks. Section 5.10. Amenities Checklist. Section 5.10.1. Hallmarc staff will establish amenities in accordance with the WorkSafe Compliance Code, facilities in construction, and will complete the facilities planning checklist in BuildPass.
Appendix A. Hierarchy of control. Appendix A. Risk matrix. Appendix B. Incident response flowchart.
Appendix C. High-risk work categories.
Appendix D. Employee Assistance Program. EAP Assist supports employees' well-being with confidential phone counseling throughout Australia and overseas. We recognize that one of the most important aspects of effective counseling is for it to be provided as quickly as possible. The aim of counseling is to help resolve both workplace and personal issues before they adversely impact an employee's mental health and workplace performance. Common issues include workplace conflict, bullying, stress, trauma, critical incidents, termination, as well as personal issues such as depression, anxiety, alcohol and substance abuse, gambling, relationships, and domestic violence. These issues can cause work-based difficulties such as absenteeism, poor productivity, high staff turnover, reduced performance, and low job satisfaction, and may subsequently affect the employee's health and well-being, including their ability to cope with the demands of everyday life. EAP Assist counselors are all highly experienced and will initially ask your name, as well as that of your employer, to confirm eligibility for services. Information obtained during counseling is confidential and will not generally be released to a third party without prior consent. Appendix E. Company policies.
Appendix F. ISO certification.
Appendix G. Affiliations. Appendix H. ESV no-go zones. Overhead. Appendix I. ESV no-go zones. Underground.
Appendix J. Working at height. Hierarchy of control. Appendix K. Licensing and training.
Appendix L. Lifting equipment inspection schedule. Appendix M. YouTube, Hallmarc Safe&Well.
Appendix N. Schedule 9. Hazardous substances.